from the Lakeside Newsroom of the Henrico Citizen, your hometown news source since 2001. This is the Henrico News Minute with publisher Tom Lapis.
The second phase of the COVID vaccination process in Henrico County could last 2 or 3 more months. We'll tell you why in today's Henrico News Minute for Thursday, January 28, 2021. It's brought to you today by Henrico County.
And now for the news.
Unless the amount of available COVID-19 vaccine increases significantly, it could be March or April before Henrico completes inoculations in the second phase of the process. That's according to Henrico Deputy Manager for Public Safety, Tony McDowell, who told the Henrico Board of Supervisors as much Tuesday night. More than 60,000 people in the Henrico and Richmond health districts who qualify for Phase 1B have either registered for vaccinations or submitted an interest form through the district's website at vax.rchd.com. But the districts are receiving just a total of 6,400 doses weekly for the foreseeable future to cover both of the two localities. About half of those will be going to seniors 65 and older, 40% to frontline workers in public safety, child care and education, and 10% to residents and employees of shelters and jails. Yesterday, Henrico officials began their second week of mass vaccinations at Richmond Raceway, where they anticipate administering about 4,000 total doses to frontline workers from the county as well as Richmond, Hanover, and Goochland this week through Friday. That's according to Henrico Chief of Emergency Management and Workplace Safety Jackson Baynard. The doses for Henrico and Richmond are coming from their joint health district's allotment, but those for Hanover and Goochland employees are coming from the allotment provided to the Chickahominy Health District, which includes both of those localities. Henrico officials intend to operate the raceway events each Wednesday through Friday going forward, according to Baynard, unless the supply of vaccine changes. Some people who had originally been scheduled for vaccinations there this week had to be bumped back to next week because of the limited allotment. Henrico is Virginia's 7th largest locality, but has already vaccinated more people, 23,650, than every other locality in the state except for Fairfax County, which is the largest one. Yesterday, Henrico reported 198 new cases of COVID-19. That ended a 5-day increase that began over the weekend. The county's 7-day daily average of new cases reached 182 cases per day as of yesterday. That was up just 1 from Tuesday. There also were 2 new hospitalizations and 4 new deaths related to the virus in Henrico reported yesterday by the Virginia Department of Health. As of January 23rd, the 7-day positivity percentage for PCR tests in Henrico was 11.4% and 10% for rapid testing. A bill that seeks to improve diversity and equity at Virginia's governor's schools through changes in admissions processes passed with amendments in a 5-3 party line vote in the House Education Subcommittee recently. The bill would require the state's Board of Education to issue guidance on the governance of academic year governor's schools, including communications and outreach practices, admissions policies, and guidelines on diversity, equity, and inclusion training. Proponents of the bill have said that some educational opportunity gaps have resulted from limited communication and outreach efforts to inform all sectors of the community about governor schools. This same topic was discussed at the Henrico School Board meeting in early December. School board members wanted also to improve diversity and equity among the students that Henrico sends to the Maggie L. Walker Governor School in Richmond. Henrico funds 180 seats each year for county students at a cost of $8,400 apiece, but among the county's current group of students, only 7 are black and just 2 are Hispanic. At the time, Verina District School Board member Alicia Atkins and Three Chop District member Mickey Ogburn suggested that some black and other minority students don't view admission to the governor's school as a viable option, while others may not be exposed to the possibility or even know about the application process. Among the 5 delegates who voted in favor of the bill in the House committee was Delegate Schuyler Van Valkenburg of Henrico, who's also a teacher. A bill that would abolish the death penalty in Virginia earned approval from a Senate committee 12-4 on Tuesday. The bill now faces a potentially bitter partisan showdown on the Senate floor for a full vote. Virginia has executed more people than any other state in the nation. The Death Penalty Information Center traces Virginia's first execution back all the way to 1608, before it obviously was a state, and says it's executed nearly 1,400 people since then. The bill was introduced by Senator Scott Surville of Fairfax, a Democrat, and it's also supported by Democratic Governor Ralph Northam and Democratic Attorney General Mark Herring. It would commute the sentences of those currently on death row from execution to mandatory life in prison with no chance of parole. The bill earned a 10-4 approval from the Senate Judiciary Committee January 18th, and earlier this week passed the Finance and Appropriation Committee by that 12-4 vote. There's been no date set yet for the full Senate vote on the issue. Well, it's a new year, but same old problem at Richmond International Airport as Transportation Security Administration officers again caught a passenger with a loaded handgun trying to make it through a security checkpoint. This happened on January 25th. The man had a loaded handgun in his back pocket when he reached the checkpoint. He was the second person to get caught with a firearm at the airport this month. His was a .38 caliber handgun. It had 7 bullets, including one in the chamber. A typical first offense for carrying a loaded handgun into a checkpoint is $4,100, though it can go as high as almost $14,000. Today's Henrico News Minute has been brought to you by Henrico County's Spread the Love Valentine's Day Card Initiative, sponsored by the Henrico County Engage program, which is inviting you to help make homemade Valentine's cards for the 8,000 long-term care residents in Henrico County. Cards are due by Friday, February 5th. For details, visit henrico.us/services/seniors.